Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a Guy's Review, which premieres June 7th, 2021. Last night, Katie Thurston's taping of The Bachelorette ended with a wrap party. We'll talk more about that this coming week, but as you guys know, it is Sunday voicemails on this April 25th, and we know it's voicemails because we have a photo here from the hit 1995 movie Clueless, and that is starring Alicia Silverstone, who is now in her mid-40s. Does that make you guys feel old? It should. If you don't know the reference, you're young, wear sunblock. All right, folks. So what I do is I play voicemails you guys sent me. We don't know what they're about. It can be anything Bachelor-related. You can compliment me on my multiple denim jackets, whatever you guys want to do. So let's jump right into those voicemails and leave a comment, hit the like button, and let me know what you think.
Hey, Dave, calling from Denver. It's really very simple. Reality Steve and Colton should get together because they're both whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Okay. So, yeah, way too much information on both these people. And to be honest with you, I am sick of both of them. And it's disgusting that we'd have any sort of a reality show about Colton. I mean, who the heck wants to see that kind of garbage? So, anyways, they're both a couple of beeps. So, they should be together. Bye-bye.
That's a nice censoring there. They're both a couple beeps. Listen, yeah, very interesting week for Reality Steve. You know, it's almost like the house of cards falling, right? I mean, you had multiple Bachelor contestants saying that he's not ethical with the way he finds his sources, and he doesn't sort of vet them in proper ways that you should when you're dealing with real human beings and that. So it'll be interesting to see if more people from Bachelor Nation come out and talk about that. We know there's been several like Instagram Bachelor accounts that have committed to stop sharing spoilers that come from him. I'm a little torn about that. Like, you know, I don't know. A spoiler's a spoiler to me. I personally prefer if we don't get any spoilers. I really do. I like to watch the show and enjoy it and not know who wins. But anyway, Colton and Reality Steve should team up. She says, hey, maybe they will. Maybe they got something going on. All right, let's go to Avery. What do you got for me?
Hey, Dave. It's Avery. And I'm not sure if you'll hear this, but I figured I would just let all my feelings out.
Please
do. I missed the live stream. I was watching hockey. Okay, first, Reality Steve, I agree with you, Dave. I didn't even know he was like a real person for like a hot minute. I honestly didn't even think he had a voice. Besides that, it takes like real guts to just say, I had no idea that I did this and I made her feel uncomfortable. Because anybody with common sense would know that talking about a sex dream you had would make somebody uncomfortable. Whether it was about the person you're talking to or not. And for him, I'm sorry, this bothered me when he was like, I overstepped my bounds. No, this is a formal response. You are going to say boundaries, okay? Boundaries. I never really cared for Reality Steve. I kind of followed him for a little bit just because I wasn't keeping that up with Bachelor, but over the years, as I've kept up with more, I decided to unfollow him, mainly because I didn't want spoilers in that sense of just like right head on of him reposting and stuff. But now I won't ever follow him back because 2020 and now 2021, all about lately has been, you know, owning up to yourself and really discovering like what makes us tick and like how to like overcome anxieties and how to overcome like racial injustices and societal injustices and like knock down the patriarchal standards that we have as a society. And for him to be the kind of forefront of a Bachelor Nation, like, idol, I'm just using the word idol, but to be at the forefront of this franchise and then to say these things, it's like, does everybody in this franchise believe this? Because you saw with Taylor how everything culminated and we saw it and it was so terrible to look at, all the Asian shaming and fat shaming and Jew shaming and everything. And now Reality Steve, and I'm sure there's more people in Bachelor Nation that have done this, but it's just insane to me that this is the community that has been built for 25 years. It's a lot to take in. Okay, I'm going to get back to doing whatever I do right now. Not exactly doing anything, but hopefully everything went well with your vaccine, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Well, thank you, Avery. I feel like this was more therapy for you than anything. I love it when you call. I love all the voicemails. I love all my voicemails equally. But it's always good to hear your voice, Avery. Listen, you hit on some great points. It really comes down to ethical journalism. And of course, there's tons of journalism that's out there and it's not ethical. There's people that have blackmail on others and they operate in a like, let me have dirt on you so then you'll share dirt on someone else. I don't really for sure know exactly how Reality Steve operates. I'm sure it's a combination of finding dirt on people that's not worth writing a story. So you say, hey, Monica, I've got some dirt on you. I don't really want to share a story, but if you have any dirt on someone else, maybe you could help me out. I'm sure it's some of that. I'm sure it's some of like, knowing some of the production guys and, a little bit of all that. But the news that came out that was news to me was that he was like, reaches out to contestants' exes to find out to like what they thought of them. And I don't know, to me, that's just like one or two steps past what I think The Bachelor should be. It's like, let people who sign up for the show be a part of the show, but also, it's complicated because the Bachelor franchise will edit and create an opinion in a movement behind one human being versus another. They will decide like who you're going to root for based on information they want to give or not give. And then Reality Steve brings it to another level where he will give his opinion as well. And I think that's I think we should always acknowledge when we watch The Bachelor and other reality style TV shows is that it's all sort of up to the interpretation of whoever. Like, it's not a podcast where you just get to hear someone talk for an hour. So because of that, you got to be careful with like who are you smearing and like, remembering that these are humans and they have a life outside of this. And with today's sort of hyper world, it can be kind of, I don't know, it can be kind of like tough on these contestants in ways that it might not have been 10 years ago. All right, let's go to Pam in Arkansas.
Hey, Dave, this is Pam, another Pam in Arkansas. And I just wanted to let you know that we do have a comedy club out here called Looney Bin, 501-228-5565. And you can go to their website at looneybincomedy.com. You seem to have a pretty good following in Arkansas. We'd love to see you out here. Thanks. Bye.
Well, how about that? Look at that. A booking request from Arkansas. I would love to go do some stand-up in Arkansas. That's where the good audience is. Arkansas, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville is Tennessee. You know what I mean. I posted yesterday. I guess I don't have it anymore. I'm trying to look on my Instagram story here to show. This is my Instagram. Hold on, folks. There it is. So these are two shows I did last night. I'm still not putting the dates. I'm not putting the address of the shows unless people message me when I'm doing local shows because I don't, they're still like socially distanced, but I don't want any of these venues to get any hate. But we had a blast last night on the vlog channel that I have. I'm going to share some clips from the stand-up last night, but it was totally fun. I'm so excited to get back into it. It's like a different, it's like, you know what it is? It's like a different child. Like you got the live stream. It's a child. I love it. It's great. But then it's like this other child I haven't seen for a year, and that's stand-up comedy. And I love that child more. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But, being able to make an audience laugh that doesn't know you and has expectations to laugh can be very challenging. Some people say, oh, it's easy. No, trust me. You don't know till you see bad comedy. To go up on stage and get a joke right away, it is something you got to take a long time to learn. But, it's been a long 10-year journey for me, and I really do enjoy relating to the audiences. So sign up for the mailing list if you haven't already. I promise you're going to be getting a letter soon. And then this year, I'll just be sort of grabbing people's addresses, and when I've got shows in your area, I'll let you know. And when the world reopens, the idea is to do a Bachelor-themed stand-up tour. All right, let's go to Portland. What do you got, Madison?
Hey, Dave. This is Madison from Portland, Oregon. I just want to say thank you so much for keeping us informed on all the Bachelor news during the off-season. I wanted to give a shout-out to my friends and family in Southern California who I haven't seen in over a year because I'm still waiting on my second vaccine shot. So I'm going to go home and see them soon. But my sisters, Mackenzie and Allison, they live in Southern California, and my good friends, Neal and Eric. it seems really weird, but Bachelor has been something that's really bonded us this year as we haven't been together. And it's been really great to be able to have our group chat going, and it's something that's really kept us connected right now. So we're really grateful for just Bachelor in general, even though it's really bad at some times. And we're really grateful for you and all of our podcasts and everything. So thank you so much for what you do, and we're excited to keep listening and watching. Bye.
Hey, thanks for the call. And look, when it comes to, you give me goosebumps here because I'll get emotional thinking about my experiences this year. Where I got to see my family in August on a family trip, but we didn't get to do any holidays. And my brother just had a beautiful baby named Charlie a couple weeks ago, or last week, just a week old, over in Rhode Island. And it is so, for people that don't live away from their family, they might not understand, but I know a lot of people are displaced from certain family members, and it is so tolling and taxing on the soul to know that a whole year has gone by where people haven't been able to connect in the way that, evolution wanted it to be done. When you hug somebody, you release oxytocin, which is a commitment molecule that brands the family together. We care for each other. And by caring for each other so much, in a lot of cases, we've had to push people away. I really look forward to seeing my family. My mom organized a trip to Disney World for my whole extended family coming this fall. So I so look forward to that. I know it's going to come sooner than later. And for you, congratulations on getting your first vaccine, and I know the second one's on the way. As you guys know, I'm sure most of you have seen this because it's actually gotten a lot of views. It's got 2,200 views, which is great for the vlog channel. I made my video about getting our first vaccine, as you can see right here. Some of the, we did a video on unboxing the new couch, getting the vaccine. The vlogs, it's really just a slice of life. You get a little bit of everything. Next week's vlog, we got the AstroTurf coming in, cool drone shots of Los Angeles. I sprinkle in some stand-up comedy. It's just a little bit of everything. It's highly edited, which means it's very different from this kind of stream of conscience type of video. So it's highly edited, fast-paced, good music. And we just hit 1,300 subscribers, which is insane that there's 1,300 subscribers over there. It says 1,290, but I assure you it's 1,300. And I got all the Vlogmas videos. And tonight I'll be putting up some other old vlogs on there. So if you're missing out on any content from me, or if you're getting sick of Bachelor-related content, go, get over there, comment, watch it, watch the full videos, and I appreciate the support. But shout out to our friend in Portland and to her friends in Southern California and your family. The idea that something like Bachelor could keep us all, having these conversations about life and having something in common. I mean, that's why it's popular, and you thanked me for being here in the off season, but I tell you what, it isn't charity work, like the fact that you guys have showed up and been loyal and stuck with me affords me the chance to do this. It affords me the chance to not have to go pick up another side gig or whatever. So it is because of you guys and your support that I'm able to do this. So thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate you.
Hi, this is Lisa from California, and I love your show, Dave. I've been sharing it with friends.
Oh, thank you.
Following The Bachelor. I have felt all along since the first time Matt came out saying he was disappointed in Rachael and all these sort of things. I felt that he was forced to play, and I don't know if it's the right term, but the race card as to appease, the side that was putting pressure on him. I just feel that I just was disappointed in the whole story that came out about Grace, but I just think that him and Rachael, in my opinion, have behind the scenes discussions about how he really feels about her. He's probably always cared about her and just had to play that part in order to be respectful to both races, that he's a part of two different races. So it's starting to come clearer to me that that's what he was just under the pressure, like you had just said in this last video. Anyway, thank you, and I wish them the best.
Well, not me. You don't wish me the best, Lisa? Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you calling in from California. It's been a cold week over here in California. It's only been in the 60s, but starting Tuesday, we're going to have sunny and 85 for the rest of the week. And for my international friends that want Celsius, somewhere in the high 20s, I guess. I don't know Celsius too well. I studied abroad in France. I never knew what the temperature was. All right, folks. So, yeah, listen, it's what's interesting here. You can almost compare Colton Underwood to Matt James in this sense. Is that with Matt James, you talk about the race card, which you just mentioned, and call it what you want, but it's racial issues. There's racial issues. Rachael Kirkconnell, racial issues. And with Matt James, he's learning too. Like, he's always probably been able to date whoever he wanted to date. You want to date some white chick who's an equestrian in Florida? Have at it. But now he's got like a coalition of people, and this always happens. But people will accuse you of only dating a certain type, which means you don't like another type. Happens all the time. But when he was living his life in obscurity, he was just doing his own thing. And now there's this backlash, or certainly a portion of it, that goes, you're going to be with this white chick after she did X, Y, and Z. And I'm sure that did a number to him. But as we've seen from Rachael, and I know her apology isn't mine to accept, and people have said that. Hey, Dave, you're not the one who needs to accept her apology. Fair enough, but I can sort of like acknowledge it in a way where I think she's done a better job than Taylor Nolan and Chris Harrison and some other people in Bachelor Nation. Colton Underwood, of course. So she has done a better job at how she has addressed her past and how she has moved forward. Now, the issue with Matt James, it's like, look, so many things went wrong on that season with the way he was represented and the fact that Rachael Kirkconnell's past was thrown in his face after the show was over, that we don't know how it's going to end for them. We liked Matt James when he was given a prayer, and then we didn't like him when he was coming off as an F-boy. And the point is that we don't know where the truth is. I'm sure he's a good guy. Whether he's ready for marriage or not is something different, but no one who goes on the show and gets married right away means they were ready for marriage. You know what I mean? So if him and Rachael Kirkconnell have to work out difficult scenarios, hey, guess what? That's just going to be the start of many difficult scenarios. And if you pass this level, pass go, collect your $200, you might find that you guys have a lot you can bond over and have learned from. This could be like a Spark Notes PhD in therapy for couples to deal with adversity this early on. No, and also on the other token, a lot of people say, well, listen, they've had so many issues. It's better to just have a clean break and move on. But if they don't, and if they decide to stick together with all the issues that they've had, they'll just become stronger for that. Now, if they stick together and have resentment over how both of their characters have been smeared for different reasons and, whatever, that could be a different issue. But laying low, not really talking much about their relationship on social media, and just, I hate to say it, but Claire and Dale have something happening right now. Claire and Dale have a good thing going on where they're not exactly addressing their relationship. They're not hiding it. They're just saying, we'll let you know when we let you know. And it's kind of the way to take back control after the show has all of the control. So I still root for Rachael and Matt. And I know we're going to have some more voicemails regarding them because these are the Friday voicemails now. And as we saw Friday evening, Matt James and Rachael Kirkconnell were spotted at a taco shop. There it is, folks, at a taco shop. And, people were commenting, oh, she looks so sullen and sad and emaciated. It's like, look, she's probably just ordering a taco. You know what I look like when I'm ordering sushi? I'm always like, what is this? What am I even, honey, do I like that? Sushi and Thai. Tasha has to order it for me. But by the way, you can't see this, but I'm looking out my window right now, and I've got Tasha. I'll show you this photo right now. She's outside. I like to let these sort of voicemail videos be a little bit more behind the scenes action for all of our loyal people here. So I'm about to share this photo with you of Tasha. This is what I just saw out my window a few minutes ago. So if you want to go to her social media, you can see what she's up to. Oh, is it not going to let me post it? Or give me 1 second. Let me just slide this over. So this is Tasha and I. As you guys know, we've been working on our backyard. So this is actually Tasha, my fiance, my lovely fiance, in the backyard doing some potting. So we've got some new pottery happening here. I think we have blackberries. What does that say? Is that blueberries? We got blueberries, and we got a few other things going on. And as you know, there's Boone. We just got these jasmine trees right here. So if you've been following the vlogs, you know that this is a giant upgrade from what it looked like just a few weeks ago. So anyway, go follow Tasha at Tasha Courtney. If you want to see some more of her stuff, I like to go promote the lady, because let me tell you something. She built her following on, I'll pull it up right now. She built her following on Instagram based off of being a model, which means she had a primarily male fan base, which was fine, but they were kind of sort of, superficially like following her, which is a real shame because she's got design experience and she's a very caring mom to our Basset Hound and she's a very sweet person, but they were just there for the butt shots, which you can still get. But so anyway, the people that are following her now, like she was up to around 80,000 followers and then she stopped kind of putting out the photos that the guys wanted and she started doing more authentic things for herself. And of course, because of that, lost a lot of followers. But I have to tell you, you guys that have gone over and followed Tasha, given her shout outs on her photos, done that thing where you're just super supportive, it means the world to me, guys. It means the world to me. And it does to her too. To know that she's getting engagement because, she wants to post about things that she loves. And this is, just a good example of, say, like how for everyone to just pursue your authentic life. She was afraid to like give the audience what they wanted, like the dude audience, but instead she's lost some of her audience, but she's doing things that she loves. She's sharing products that she loves and all that stuff. And I think that's just, it's a big thanks to you guys for being out there and being supportive. I had to throw that in there. I know it's not really anything to do with the voicemails, but I'm a proud fiance. And as we move forward in our journey with vlogs and other content, we're like starting to talk about like, do we have a family and, with kids and this and that? It's like, we're not going to be Amanda Stantoning our kids in your faces, but we're probably going to share the journey with people and all that. And, it's been humbling that people have wanted to not just follow Bachelor news, but also follow our journey. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for that so much.
This is Mike from Maryland. I just wanted to talk about Matt James getting back with Rachael Kirkconnell. From where I see it, he wanted his IG model at the beginning of the season. He ended up picking an IG model. He dumped two beautiful, strong black women in Brie and Michelle to get his model. And I just think that's his story, and he's going to stick to it. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, strong opinions, which I love a strong opinion. Mike from Maryland. Thank you so much for the call, Mike. Look, it's an interesting opinion. He ditched Brie and Michelle, two beautiful women. Brie, though, I would consider both of them like have the potential to be Instagram models. I know what you mean, but they're all beautiful. By all means, if you ever wanted to like decide, which would be a horrible idea, which was more beautiful, Rachael, Brie, or Michelle, it'd be like, good luck. I mean, they're all beautiful in their own way. Michelle's got such a beautiful soul, and Rachael, as we've seen, seems to be like a fun, loving. I mean, I've actually enjoyed following her Instagram. I've enjoyed following her, come into this life where she's got a little bit of a following and a lot of a following. And we posted those Rachael Kirk cuddle photos, if you guys remember, which was, she had a photo of herself wearing a hoodie and cuddling a dog. And I told people to send in their photos. And like, we got people sent in their photos cuddling the dog with their dogs and rabbits and cats. And I sent them over and tagged Rachael, and she messaged me and she said, this is amazing. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fun for her. So I'm all about supporting everyone in the community and trying to realize, trying to connect in ways that we understand we're all trying to do our best. And Rachael, she went to hell and back this year. Not to say she didn't deserve it or not to say other people haven't, but as like a 23-year-old who kind of was thrust, joined the show and went from some nobody in the middle of nowhere. She went to hell and back, and she's still there. And she's trying to work things out with Matt James. And according to this article, which I'll do a proper story on tomorrow, because I know Sundays aren't the best days to release like content. But the article says he messed up. Bachelor Matt James doing everything to win back ex Rachael Kirkconnell after he broke her trust with other women. Who knows if this is true? Who knows? All right, let's go to our friend Brianna in Seattle.
Hey, Dave. This is Brianna from Seattle. I haven't called in forever, but because I've been taking a little Bachelor break. But I just have to comment about Rachael and Matt being seen together again. I don't get it. I think someone needs to sit the girl down and just look, I don't think I think yet again, Matt thinks he's in love when he's not. And someone's going to explain that to him and to her, because no man who really loves you and wants to spend the rest of his life with you is going to risk any of that by trying to get laid by another woman. And then for her to go back to him, to be still talking to him, girl, he was single or not, like, he did not mean what he was saying. And maybe that's just because he's still young and stupid and doesn't know what he wants. But someone's got to tell the girl, dude, he's not the one. You have to move on. Okay, anyway. I hope you play this. I hope you hear this. Have a great night. Bye.
I'll give you a little insight into the male brain here, which might not be pretty. Matt's been single for like his whole life, right? And he messaged Grace, a girl he used to hook up with, to go to his bottle service nightclub or whatever. They never saw each other in person, and no one knows what would have happened. We can assume what would have happened, but I'm starting to give Matt a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Now, hold on. I'm giving Matt a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. When I started my relationship with Tasha, there was zero cheating. There was zero wanting other people, but there was someone that I had recently had a fling with before I started my relationship. So this is like 7 or 8 years ago. And I remember saying something like you would text your buddies. There was like something, I saw something on TV that was the same name of this girl, and or so, whatever it might be, and I texted her, and she was like, "Don't you have a girlfriend?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, then don't text me." And I was like, "Oh yeah, like what? That's weird. Yeah, okay." Like it sounds stupid to even say, but it's like, oh yeah, that's like a boundaries thing. Like I wasn't trying to hook up, but I sort of get that like there's sort of a code that I probably should have known but didn't, because I knew I didn't have sort of any ill intentions. And if you did give Matt James the benefit of the doubt, and he's like, all right, who do I know in Florida? Well, hey, I liked Grace. And everyone says, well, it was his ex. And you go, well, they hooked up. But if Matt was as emotionally separated as you might think, maybe to him, he was like, all right, you just get Grace to come in. She's pretty. She'll be part of the clan. The group that we have for the club night or whatever, if they have to get like 20 people. Usually you get these clubs and they go, all right, just show up with like 10 people. Make sure it's some good looking women. That's what they ask for, guys. That's what that whole game's all about. So it makes you wonder, versus going on his social media and be like, I need hot chicks to show up to the nightclub. It's like, you can't do that. He would get ripped apart. So, I'm starting to think and lean on the side that it was a little reckless what Reality Steve was sharing with that content, because while it could have been worked out with Grace and Rachael, if none of us knew about that, we would be happy for them right now. So there's always like things happen in people's life that you don't know about and they overcome them, but because we know this, we have an opinion on it. Does that make any sense? Let me know what you guys think. All right, Francisco, you're up.
Hey man, what's up? My name is Francisco Andrade. I live in New York City. I'm Colombian and I'm a gay man. And I came out when I was 18. I'm 45 now. And I've been watching all your videos. And let me tell you that I completely agree with you in terms of, what you think about Colton Underwood coming out. Yes, man, I feel a little disappointed in a way that he hasn't cleaned his side of the street, in terms of what he did to Cassie Randolph. And I don't think we, the LGBT community, sees with Grace celebrating someone coming out that is kind of taking advantage of what he did of his past, and taking advantage of his popularity, and hasn't cleaned his side of the street. There's a lot of, issues now with violence against women, with women that have been mistreated and abused, and even women that have been killed by men. And this is a serious issue. And I think that Cassie is a victim of abuse towards women. And this can also impact in a very negative way the society. So I celebrate his coming out. I think it's great. I went through that, and it's not easy. I did it earlier, and and I didn't have to go to other outlets to be able to do it. I just did it naturally. But at the end of the day, I think that if you want to be a public figure, you have to be respectful. You have to clean your side of the street, and you have to really be accountable for what you did in the past. I think until he doesn't do that, I'm sorry about my accent, and I'm going a little bit long, but I'm going to finish right now. Me as a gay man, I won't see with complete ease and pleasure his coming out. So just, man, be accountable, have big balls, and be able to, be courageous, as you said in your interview, to really be accountable for what you did, and call it by its name with all its letters. And after that, we all make mistakes, and we are able to elevate ourselves when we are completely honest with what we did, and we just are accountable with our actions. So that's all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and let me know what you think. I'm nervous, and my English is not very good. So that's all. Bye.
Well, thank you so much. That was Francisco calling from New York City. I believe you said originally from Colombia. Boy, do we love Colombia. The food, the people, the architecture, the climate. What a beautiful country. I couldn't recommend it more to people. We've even considered going to Cartagena for our wedding because we enjoyed it so much. I don't know if that'll happen, but let me know if you know any good wedding venues in Colombia. You go, hook a brother up. Congratulations on your bravery coming out of the closet at 18. I like that you use the term, he needs to clean his side of the street. You know you live in New York City when you relate it to cleaning the street. You're like, your street's dirty. Clean it up. You ever go to Chinatown and it's just like pools of fish oil? Hey, guys, that's where it is. Take the A train down to Grand Avenue, whatever it is, you got Canal Street. You'll know when you're there. You get out of the subway and you're like, wow, that's where the rats go. All right, folks. So yeah, listen, LGBTQ doesn't, you say they don't want to give him grace because, he clearly committed a form of domestic violence with his, whatever the case may be with, by harassing and stalking his ex. And yeah, you said be a public figure, you got to be respectful. Yeah, when you hear a lot about toxic masculinity, like, man up, bro, men don't cry, whatever. Like, I think that's so dated. I think most people know, you want to be a man, you want to really, show people what it means to be a man, address where you went wrong. Address how you're going to do better, and then prove it to people. It's like a science experiment. You set your hypothesis, then you test it, then you prove something, or you don't. Well, the hypothesis of your life is trying to figure out where you went wrong, address it, and show that by moving forward, you're a changed man. I mean, it just seems pretty obvious to me. Thank you so much, Francisco, for the call. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Dave, Neal, and beautiful Tasha, Chrissy G from the beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hey, just listening to your update on Rachael and Matt James. I don't know. When I see it, I think maybe love overcomes all obstacles, and maybe they're just working on each other through each other. Because really, ultimately, to learn something, you have to go through it, not around it.
Wow.
Not over it. You have to experience it. So if they both come out of this better people, God bless them. Good for them. And when I look at this, I think about how I could better my life and be a better person, and maybe not judge so quickly and love over hate, and just kind of take a step back and be a little bit kinder. You just never know what someone's going through. Love your show. Love Tasha. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Have a great day. Peace out.
What a great call. You got to go through it, not around it. And if we can take all these examples of other people's wrongs and look at the people that have put themselves out there, and we can apply them to our own life to become better on our own terms, I think we can learn a lot. When we sit at home going, man, that guy's an a-hole. He doesn't do blah, blah, blah. It's like, whoa, who are we? Clean your side of the street. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Dave, calling from Kirkland, Washington, and just wanted to let you know that the what I just watched, the message that you're trying to say is amazing. Needs to be said. We need more inspiring vlogs like you're giving. So keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Just a nice, grateful comment. I appreciate that.
This is the sheriff here. I just want to say that Cassie is class personified. The fact that she's not saying anything about the situation, and yeah, she's her vlog is great. Like it's really well done, and I hope that she's able to move on, and it's just really great that she doesn't really feel the need to say anything. That just shows how classy and how genuine she is, and yeah, it's just great. And as far as Matt and Rachael goes, the saga continues. And I also wish them the best. But I think Dave, you'll be making a lot more videos them because I think it'll continue their saga. I think I went to that fish and chips place like a while back when I was in Huntington Beach. It's pretty good over there, and so I'll catch you on the other side, everyone, and have a good weekend.
The
okay,
Sheriff,
take care.
everybody. Oz. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Of course, Oz moderates our live stream Mondays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This coming Thursday, which is like, April 29th, will be my birthday live stream. I'm going to start it at the same time, 4 p.m. I'll probably go for like an hour to 2 hours. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Maybe cupcakes. Maybe everyone can just get whatever dessert you guys like on your end and tag me in a photo. We'll figure it out. We'll explore the options on Monday, but I'm turning 26 plus 10, 36. I'm turning 26 for the 10th year in a row. It's so funny you said, Oz, you're so funny because you know me and you know how I function over here, and you're like, oh, you're going to have a lot more videos to make. You should have seen me Friday night at 7 p.m. I was on the couch watching a Sasquatch documentary with Tasha. And I go, oh, boy. She goes, what? I go, Matt James and Rachael Kirkconnell are getting tacos. And she goes, all right, go make the video. And I was like, all right, I'll go make the video. Because it's going to be, it's the gold rush, baby. All right, 3 more voicemails left.
Hey, Dave. This is Cher from Florida calling in to talk about the whole Matt James, Rachael Kirkconnell spend the week in California together. I mean, first of all, this just feels like the longest season ever. I thought we put this to bed. I thought this was gone. Yeah, I'm still intrigued. I have so many questions, and I'm sure all of us do. At first, I'm like, are we being played? Has this just been like a joke all along? And then it's like, wait, is Rachael really this dumb to actually consider taking him back? I would think that she had felt humiliated and embarrassed after that other girl came out on Reality T's Instagram live explaining that, Rachael was played. So there's just a lot of questions, and I don't know, maybe we just need to us move on and let them figure it out. But at the same time, I'm super intrigued. All right, thanks, Dave. Bye.
I have the same feeling where I'm like, let's just let them move on. And yet here we are, right? So we are letting them move on. I mean, I think it's harmless bystander syndrome or whatever you want to call it that we're over here. But the question was, are they playing us? I think they're playing. I think in some ways the media is being played by getting a lot of terrible information. Matt's over Rachael. They're not talking anymore. Matt's spotted with Rachael. They're done. You know me. I made the eulogy. I've already given them several eulogies. I'm done putting this to. She's like, didn't we put them to bed already? It's like, we did. They kept on waking up. Who's feeding them pixie sticks? What's happening over there? All right. So yeah, I mean, look, I bet you Matt James had some receipts that he could show Rachael Kirkconnell that made her believe that the whole Grace thing was blown out of proportion. He was reaching out to a bunch of people. That, or he just fessed up to it, and she goes, you know what? If this is going to be something that we need to work on, let's keep on pursuing it. I mean, I don't hate that. They're still young. If it takes you a few more months to figure out if a relationship's worth spending the rest of your life together, go to a fish taco place and figure it the F out. You know what I mean? Absolutely. 2 more. Here we go. This is a little bit longer.
Hello, Dave. My name is Sharon, calling from the Central Valley here in California.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, I just want to say first off that I'm glad I found you on YouTube a couple of months ago. I think you are extremely down to earth and extremely funny, and I love watching your recaps of Bachelor Nation drama. I'm also very happy that you and Tasha found a new place to live in LA. So good for you. It's a cute little place that you found. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
But I did have a couple things I wanted to say about the Rachael and Matt situation. First off, the fact that Rachael and Matt were together in New York a couple weeks ago, even with all the Grace things and the phone call to Grace and everything, the fact that they met up in New York, the fact that they're in California this week, obviously there's still something there. Obviously they still have feelings for each other, or they wouldn't keep meeting up, doing this bi-coastal thing. I just think that, and I have felt this way from the very beginning, after the filming of The Bachelor, and when they all went home and Matt was made aware of, all of the drama that came out about Rachael, and then the whole Rachel Lindsay and Chris Harrison interview and how that all went down. I really do believe that Matt's behavior after the filming and his behavior on how he acted after the final rose taping was all because he felt extreme pressure from the BIPOC community to not be with Rachael. And I think it's sad because I think there really are feelings there, but I think he felt pressure not to be with her. At the taping of the After the Final Rose, Rachael made her feelings for Matt very well known. She's obviously still very much in love with him. And the fact that they have now met up in New York and that they have met up now in California, I think there's still feelings. And I really believe that they just need to have time to figure it out, to figure out what their relationship is. I think the media and people wanting to interview them and the paparazzi just all need to leave them alone. Let them live in a world without being surrounded by media, and let them just figure out what this relationship is. We all saw what happened with Dell and Claire. They were apart for a while, but they made their way back to each other. And I feel like if Matt and Rachael are to be together, then let them alone. Let them have their privacy. And if they truly are in love with each other, they will find their way back to each other. They will figure this relationship out. And if and when they decide to let the media know that they truly are back together, then they will do that. But in the meantime, let's just let them have their privacy.
So the voicemail's cut off at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So Sharon, I didn't get the end of your voicemail, but yeah, I love what you had to say. Give them the privacy. Absolutely. I don't think they should do any interviews until they're really secure with where they're at. And, the rest is just going to be them working on themselves. They're still going to get hunted by paparazzi and a lot of other, media people. And I'm going to report on it. I like to think that, I know my hands aren't completely clean here, but I like to think like I am like a friend talking about something I read on the news. That's kind of all I want to be. I don't want to be involved in any dodgy, unethical sourcing of, whatever, this and no. Just me and you guys talking about what we see reported and calling out the BS when we see it. So we don't know how it all went down. You mentioned that you think Matt James had extreme pressure from the BIPOC community. That wouldn't be a crazy hypothesis to make. That's not a crazy thing to make at all. And I think the response by someone through Matt James' point of view would say, hey, don't think that just because there's pressure that he's going to, bow down to it. But look, it still takes a little while to figure out. He had to do a lot of soul searching and still will do a lot of soul searching to figure out his own feelings versus the pressure put on by others. I can't imagine the kind of pressure he was put under to have to wipe out his Instagram and get off it's like, it's too much. It comes into your pocket. I've experienced it on a small scale because I've got, several million views on YouTube a month that people will say some things to me that, I'll start the day off feeling good. I'll open my phone. I'm looking at a dog photo. Then all of a sudden someone is trying to whittle me down to whatever. And you go, whoa. And even if you have a strong mental fortitude for who you are, it can still burrow into your subconscious. Not a good thing. All right, our final voicemail. Here we go.
Hello, Evelyn Green from Georgia again.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hooray for Rachael and Matt. I hope that they get racism off their back. That's something they don't need to carry. And that will really, by them being together and loving each other, will only...
Oh, I lost you there. Let me start that again.
By them being together and loving each other will only help erase racism.
Thank you so much for that. What a simple and great message there, that by being together and loving each other will help erase racism. And in the very least, by learning to hear each other's story, share it with each other's platforms, and show the path that they're walking through their eyes, it lets other people feel like an empathy towards people that don't look like them, which sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to think why are you going to care about someone who looks like you versus someone else? It's just, we have this thing hardwired into our DNA that wants to protect people that look like us and not necessarily people that don't look like us. We have a hard time relating to that boy who was shot if it's not a boy that has the same skin color. This is just so to bring issues into people's homes by showing the story of a mixed race couple that has had to go to hell and back through their own past ignorances and educating themselves and leading the way with love, whether they work out or not. It's a powerful thing, guys. Together, they've got several million people they reach, and the news that reports on them is in the tens of millions. So they can really forge a path if they want to pursue it, where they acknowledge their love and how they got to where they are and committed to each other throughout all of the muck that they've had to deal with. It's an interesting story at the very least, and I appreciate you guys calling in. Even with criticism, I appreciate how well thought out you guys are. I appreciate the lack of snapping to judgment, which we all are guilty of from time to time. I appreciate us all sort of keeping that core belief that everyone's trying the best with the information they have, so let's give them a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. It's almost like social media has wiped away the benefit of the doubt, and we're finding a way to get back to a world where we don't hate our family for voting a different way. We understand that their information might not be the same we have. We understand that that person that cut me off might be, swimming in debt and they're late to work and they have to go see their son on a Saturday. Everybody's got some issues going on, and if we can just remain sort of objective in understanding that the world doesn't revolve around us and we're all kind of sharing it together, I think we can realize that kindness will find us, because when we kind of weed out the negativity and search for the higher meaning, the higher cause, the higher love, the higher laughter, when we can get to that level, we'll be met with that level. Law of attraction, like attracts like. If you want to attract this like, hit the like button now. I appreciate everyone who has watched this video, and I appreciate everyone who subscribed to my channel. It looks like I'll be hitting 30,000 subscribers tomorrow. Wouldn't it be crazy if I could get to 36,000 for my 36th birthday? Not counting on it. It's the off season, so the subscriber rate's a little bit slower, but I appreciate you guys so much for sticking around. What are you looking at me for? Tasha's over here. Tasha says I have 6 days to get 6,000, and she'll give me a birthday lap dance if I get to 36,000. Right? Is that what you said? Birthday lap dance? You heard it here first, folks. So again, a birthday lap dance. Hashtag birthday lap dance. You guys can send one in as well. We'll all be lapping each other. All right, folks. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this voicemail video. Have a good Sunday. Call your moms, call your dads, call your siblings, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We are going to have an action-packed week. There's a lot going on. Wait and see, folks. All right, bye now.